Another day, totally blue skies. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, just, what, Sunday? Well, they were saying it was going to get down to like 65 on Monday, I think. Today's what, Wednesday, yeah, I guess the 17th already, November. No, they're saying maybe 65 in a week from today or something like that. Well, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, I'm getting some good sun. But listen, I got something today. I know, like, what? It took you all these 40 years plus years to get this. Well, still, I mean, I mean, we all see this, but really, I'm gonna get real in depth to this, okay? It's all about the subservient mindset whereby, these white supremacists want to put not just blacks, African Americans, what we're going to call them, and Asians and illegal immigrants or legal immigrants or just people fleeing or whatever the case might be, under them. This whole idea of getting people to be subservient to them and in their system. So, okay, well, I mean, I should preface by saying this. So, like, I really got into Malcolm X back in 1998 in I don't remember what it was called, African American History or something like that class at Cleveland State University. I was considered a minority there. What are the odds, right? I think there's more blacks today even now than there were back when I was going to school there. I graduated in 03 and then North Olmsted High School in 98. So we studied Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. Obviously, we read the autobiography of Malcolm X, which is, I mean, it's a game changer. It's a life changer. Oh, wow. Opened up my eyes about my ancestors, all right? And look, I understand where I was coming from, too. I also grabbed onto Jesus Christ around that time and then finally gave my life to Jesus, May 2000. But I was, learning more about Jesus. And look, I wasn't so much as supportive of Martin Luther King Jr. as I was at Malcolm X, because the big thing about Martin Luther King Jr. is that he was, I mean, look, I was not into the orgies back then. Now, hey, I'm all about it, right? But the big thing is he was heavy into alcohol, all kinds of drugs, not just weed, okay? Back in the 50s and 60s, whatever they were doing. Of course, Malcolm X was the man who was just like turning away from all that stuff. So that was a real turn on for me, because I was never into drugs. That's how my family was. You know what I'm saying? Didn't work in my family anywhere. Okay, it doesn't work for anybody. Alcohol doesn't work for anybody either. So I would say 2013, 2014, especially 2015, 2016. But yeah, here I was going to North Olmsted Library, Olmsted Falls Library, it's a newer one. Quite obviously, I was by myself. But I had a lot of time on my hands. My family was not with me anymore, so you gotta do something. So I was studying a lot of books. I mean, we're talking old school, like 1910s, 1920s. Cleveland, downtown Cleveland Library had a lot of books about slavery, and of course, many books written by we'll say alleged, I'll go with you, but I mean, it's hard to say whatever. There's a lot of stuff written, okay, but about the 1800s and all that. But these books come out in like 1910, 1920, 1930s. I was reading books. I mean, yeah, the common one we hear about is Booker T. Washington. He went from Virginia down to wasn't it, yeah, Tuskegee, I think. But he was cool. I liked him. But I was studying a lot and started getting back more into Malcolm X 13, 14, 15, 16, especially 16. And then, of course, you know, finally meeting kissing some black girls, 2017, 2018. And more recently, a woman I was hanging out with a lot recently. She got mad at me because I wasn't specifically saying blacks are African American. I don't know, or maybe they're from Jamaica. I mean, Kamala Harris, she's got a little bit of Jamaican in her. She's more from, I guess, India, you know? So, I mean, what do we say about that, you know? And she doesn't like to be called to specific. She said it. There's a lot of videos. Go look at the videos. So, and it's about force, though, okay? I'm going to get into this. I'm just give you some background where I'm coming from, though. What do you call me? Caucasian American or like European American or, you know, look at this, you know, German, I'm German American, English American, I guess, or Italian American. I'm Italian, German American. Okay, so you get my point where I'm coming from. What do you call it? Native Americans? Do you see these names that people are putting on people? It's a forceful thing, okay? They want to put you into their system. That's what it's all about. So these Africans, okay? I prefer just to call them Africans. Why not? Maybe I might have some African in me. Who knows? But these people were forced to come to the United States of America, 1700s, early 1800s, and even, you know, 1840s, I don't know as much about the 1850s because they said, we're not into this, you know, the Republicans are good at this, you know, and of course you got the whites. They're good at fraud. They set this whole thing up, and they knew what they were going to do. All right. Oh, emancipation. That's what we're going to do. We'll just stop the slavery. You just took all these people away from their families in Africa. Maybe you made them some deals, and whereby they went along thinking that they were going to get a better life. That's what I hear, you know, from my community. Oh, well, we were promising that we gave them a better life. You put these people on these wicked, messed up ships, brought them over here beyond subservient servitude, way worse. The conditions were just deplorable. So I got something today. I'm at a meeting, you know, and just a bunch of people around, and we're just talking about other things, you know, like 30, 40 people there. I'm just by myself. I just thought of something. Are they black or are they African American? Well, okay, Donald Trump, he said, hey, meet my African American friend. Do you know what he's saying, though? He's forced, he said it, okay? He said it. But the whole point here, though, is that they're forcing these people to be American. You're forced into, Malcolm X doesn't go along with that, man. And that's why he was not against desegregation. He was all right with the segregation, all right? And that's one of the things we had to write about in our class, like the difference between Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., where they were on different things. But I'm here to share with the world that, hey, you know what really, and I you know, American, I mean, of course, I'm involved in these different traveling networks, and there's a lot of times, you know, depending on what's going on, like, okay, what part of the country you're from, what's going, you know, a lot of these states. I'm in Florida right now. Florida, 1845, okay, 1845. Most of these states accepted statehood because of slavery. People were being sold, y'all. Africans. And of course, when did they become Americans, African American? At what point did they start, did the media and culture and society start referring to blacks, whatever we're going to call non-whites, non-Hispanics, because you see those little things, non-Hispanic, non-Asian, non-Native American, whatever, you know, what are you going to call me? Non-African American? Maybe I am some African in me. Why do you have to say that certain people are whatever country and then American? Why do you got to force that on them, that you're American? So I got this today. I don't know why, you know, there probably more, you know, you're from Japan, okay, so you're Japanese. Oh, you're from China, okay, so you're Chinese, and then of course that's a big one too. There's a mixture of Chinese and Vietnamese and start to see. I can't think of it. Cambodian and Thai and some women are as gorgeous as Thailand and Vietnam. And you see what I'm saying? That the force in this stuff, they're turning you into their system. These white people, they knew what they were doing. Oh, we'll just stop. We're going to stop the slavery. And that's like I keep saying. We need reparations. We need some severe restitution. We need to go through all this stuff. How the government going to repay these people? I mean Puerto Ricans all the time. Who's what Puerto Rican American? Or is that we know you're just Puerto Rican? Oh, but you're also American. So and they don't want the statehood because they don't want to be a part of this system, which they are still a part of the system. They can't vote, but they can be president. It's weird. You can't vote for yourself, but you can't vote for your commander in chief, but you can serve your country. Just so much weird stuff out in this. Just I think about these things, y'all, but I challenge y'all to think about that. How are you forcing somebody else into what you're calling them? Male, female, straight, gay? You're you. I love you.